Last time on Multiverse, and the totally not controversial ending of the tournament that everybody loved, Goku would fall to sea in the final round. After, the villains all conspired to attack during the summoning of Porguna. Upon sea uttering his wish and darkness enveloping the tournament, what happens now? A light in the darkness. In my previous life, I was in prison for centuries by a special technique, the Mafuba. All special techniques have a counter. I always found the right counter. I immediately recognized Ickle's power. This time I was prepared. This power doesn't stop time, it stops life. Inanimate objects are still subject to gravity, and androids are not affected. The first two times, during a brief instant, I felt a change in the nature of the particles surrounding us. I found a way to counter the change. I was able to protect myself by having my antennae vibrate continuously. I created a protective bubble around me. Piccolo getting some shine. He seems to be one of the few who is able to resist whatever the villain C did. Using his ki to create some light, he can't feel the others. If they're frozen, they won't produce any energy. It seems the wizard copied Ickle's time freeze, or rather life freeze ability, and enveloped the planet in darkness. Zooming out, what appears to be thorns are everywhere. Piccolo thinks back to just how after the attack, there was an explosion and large objects fell on him. He knows the others weren't protected by their ki, only hoping they're okay. But where are they? The Namek believes if he vibrates his antennas harder, that should increase the protective bubble. And it works. At any rate, where the heck are they anymore? Calling out to Goten. He thinks he can sense that's him. Also Goku. As the radius of Piccolo's technique increases, several of our heroes begin to reveal themselves, whether in person or by calling out. With Pan asking where her mom is, her father simply tells her to join the others. Get over here! By me! Then a familiar voice and attitude.
And why should we have to assemble around you?
Looks like Vegeta survived. A few seconds go by and Piccolo explains to the others what he believes is happening. All life is paralyzed, so they have to stay close to him. Otherwise, they'll freeze again. Wondering if they are frozen for very long, Piccolo informs it was no longer than a minute. And if that's the case, where's the arena? Naturally, it's been destroyed. Tons of matter, including these spikes, suddenly surge towards them. Approaching her dad, Pan again presses he never told her where her mom is. And he's sorry. She didn't make it. By the time Gohan found her, one of the spikes had already gotten her. She wasn't breathing. In the same vein, Vegeta nervously beckons where Bra is, yelling her name. Both she and Trunks also succumbed to the wizard's malevolency. Though to the end, Trunks did his best to protect his sister. As our heroes come to terms with what's going on, Goten places a hand on his shoulder trying to comfort him. Gohan tries to explain why that's a bad idea as Vegeta's fuming. His sibling knows. This isn't the time for jokes. It isn't the time for explosive anger either. They need to protect their bodies. They'll find the Dragon Balls and bring them back. Piccolo suggests it won't be that simple. This time they're in a very hostile environment, far from home, not even in their own universe. Goku assures that Piccolo's already defeated the environment. They'll find a way. Vegeta finally speaks. Goten is right. He will keep his anger contained until they find those responsible for this. Then they will pay. Having a few empty capsules on him, Gohan asks Piccolo to make some containers. Speculating who should hold on to who, he questions if Vegeta would like to keep Raw and Trunks. But no, he won't be able to fight to his best if he has to worry about protecting them. Gohan, on the other hand, is the opposite. Making their way through whatever the tournament grounds have become. They only now realize how dispersed they are from the others. When Pan spots someone, Cell pops up out of the destruction. He must have found a counter too, as Goku calls out to him. He appears to want nothing to do with our heroes and beelines away, wanting a word with them. His son tries to shout out for him not to... Naturally, he just freezes and plummets to the ground. Piccolo reminds he can't leave his protective bubble. He is the only thing keeping them animate. Gohan suggests they go up into the air nonetheless to get a better view. Well, that's subjective. Besides less things that cause death, there isn't much to see up here. Just a forest of spikes. Everybody is in this mess somewhere. Gohan further believes they should find Universe 16 nearby and 19 in the opposite direction, given where everybody was positioned before all this. Goku also wants to unfreeze the Ultras. After all, it was their wish that was stolen. Piccolo agrees, but he'd prefer to get more Nameks first. If he's wounded, they'll all be frozen again. They need more who can counter this technique. Though, can he copy himself like Ten Shinhan?
No, that was a filler episode.
Looking out as far as she can, Pan thinks she can see Piccolo and the others from Universe 16. They're also looking around. Goku instructs everyone to get close to him, placing his fingers on his forehead. And Goten's smacking him on the head. Goku clarifies he was going to teleport next to their Piccolo in his protective bubble. But Goku's sitting is just kind of a reflex for him at this point. Moments later, the two groups exchange information. From the other group, it was Goten and Pan who didn't make it. Someone is missing, however. Vegeta isn't here, who left the group just before the chaos. He could be pretty far away. Oob isn't here either. He was training before, but he could be anywhere now. Descending to the ground, they need to be vigilant to stay inside the bubble. When Pan mentions something to Piccolo, whatever it is, it goes unmentioned to the reader. The Namekian turns to Gohan to inform they'll be off for a second. Pan is a little bothered by something, who indeed looks bothered in the background. No social awareness. Goku hollers how practical it is having 2 Piccolos. Now they can all take a pee. While the others wanted to spare their friend the embarrassment. Anyway, Trunks questions what planet they're on now. With all the reveals, Piccolo informs it's not a planet, it's a piece of a continent. Pointing towards the sky, he believes that tiny speck is another piece of the ground. Then over there, that's another island that seems upside down. All this matter wasn't in the universe of the tournament. These structures arrived suddenly and destroyed everything in their path. So does this mean multiple universes have clashed into each other? Where did they come from? Who made these large pieces of terrain appear like that? Of course, the answer to this is obvious. C explains. They're morsels. Morsels of planets and places and dimensions he hadn't properly digested. Speaking to the villains. So at least for now, it doesn't appear multiple universes have clashed into each other. One asks, all that was in your stomach? That's a lot. Literally. We get a quick glance of all who aligned with the wizard. The Frost Demons, androids, and Saiyans. Z explains everything happened quickly after his wish. Gast understood what he said. Of course, he threw himself at him faster than he expected. Even faster was Vegito, who understood from Gast's reaction alone that it was time to act. He hit the villain so hard his stomach exploded, causing all these small leftovers to be projected everywhere. The Dragon Balls were scattered in this mess. As soon as they find them, the dragon will return and give them their wish. They will be able to go to every universe and get everything they desire. We still don't know what his wish exactly was. What we can speculate is that C uses magic to copy Ickle's time freeze ability, or again life freeze, and that itself has nothing to do with the wish. Then as they were frozen, C's stomach exploded, causing the destruction and environment we're currently left with. Hold questions what they're left to travel in now. Don't the Vargas have ships? Unfortunately, everything was destroyed. As speculated on before, the obviously evil-looking Varga has been working with C, who announces he's finished with what he was working on.
Error! Please reinstall module! This error again? My weldings!
Lucky for us, he's at least incompetent. Upon being asked why he doesn't just use his own dragon to repair all this, Horon, the mage dragon we've seen him talking to in his apartment, is not available, and he lost most of his Dragon Balls he'd been hoarding in the explosion. Furthermore, Horon has limited powers. To start off with, he is created by a much weaker Namekian, but above all, he's not from Universe 1. Only beings from Universe 1 have the power to travel. That's why the villains waited for the winner's dragon to formulate their wish. Frieza points out that Horon's balls are also completely scattered.
Yes, we need to find them. We need to find them.
But the other participants? Goku wonders.
The Dragon Balls that were used last.
C wished for this in Namekian.
I want the power to travel in between universes.
He didn't try that with the previous Porunga summoning. He asked the one from the organizer specifically, Universe 1. He will want to recuperate these Dragon Balls to obtain his wish.
And we have to stop him.
Videl suggests that if they get the Dragon Balls before him, they can even ask to be taken home. Vegeta beckons.
Why? To run? We're going to kill C!
Trying to reason, she agrees, but only if they run into him. Otherwise, if everyone stays home, that solves every problem. That's what the organizers wanted. Scoffing, that's a weakling's plan. The prince queries what she's so afraid of. And her daughter never getting resurrected comes to mind. Maybe those feelings are a foreign concept to him. Touching a nerve. Roie comes to Videl's defense with a keyblade to his neck. She scowls. Move a muscle and I'll kill you. who responds with, "Get your hands off me or I'll kill you!" Gohan tries to plead with everyone to calm down and untransform. Neither is willing to move a millimeter. Then Piccolo moving them more than a meter. Brawl tries to figure out what just happened. All Piccolo did was reduce his protective bubble and simply moved him. Gohan reminds Videl that Vegeta's children are also dead, giving her a little more patience with the Saiyan. But Brawl not backing down. If he threatens Videl again, he's dead too. Again though, Gohan assures Vegeta won't ever touch her. He's surrounded by two Gohans who are still pretty OP in this story and knows what would happen if he tried. The Namekian offers one final warning. Untransform immediately. As Vegeta barks, he's not the boss here. Ra echoing similar sentiments, asking what if she doesn't.
Then you'll die! Only my will keeps you alive! Remember that and be civil!
Coming to their senses, the pair apologize. Goku starts that in any case, they can't just go home. They need to resurrect the victims. There must be some among the spectators. They have to keep their promise to Universe 19 as well. C and his associates can't hurt anyone anymore. The other Piccolo and Pan rejoining. Gohan wants to first unfreeze anyone else they can. Sneaking up behind her surrogate uncle, Pan cheekily laughs how funny it was when the other Piccolo moved Vegeta, who blushes for her to never mention that to anyone. With that, the first task is to find the other Namekians.